We're here with Kelly, Guns' wife, and thank you for having us out here to be a part of the Foundation Golf Tournament, third annual one. So it's incredible to be out here and just see what the Foundation has accomplished in just such a short period of time, but to learn a little bit more about Guns. I think he and I crossed paths at a red flag once, you know, and like, you know, trains in the night there. But I've heard and talked to a lot of the guys about Guns. So I've gotten a lot of the fighter pilot stories. I wanted to just ask you if you would share a little bit about Guns from the other side, because I know he was much more than just a fighter pilot. Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, because I know a lot of times, especially in this community, I mean, it takes up so much of your life, and sometimes you feel defined as a fighter pilot. But for him, he was Rick, and he was, you know, daddy to our two girls. We have Jordan, who's 7, and Kate, who's 3 now. But he loved all of us, all 3 of us, so much. He, even after long days, he would come home and just want to spend time with them, and always made sure that we felt important and valued. But he also just brought so much joy. He was always joking around, just never really took anything too seriously, and he brought that out in me. We were very opposite in a lot of ways, but we also balanced each other out really well. He made me have more fun, and I probably helped him maybe not go too far on the fun side sometimes. But yeah, he was just as amazing at home as I'm sure he was at work. And I can't speak to the work part as much, but at home he was.
Well, we've talked about the work part a little bit, you know, because as the weapons officer, I always said that's the person who's setting the tone, the lifeblood of the squadron, and everyone you talk to, just so well respected. But it's so important, again, because he's more than just a fighter pilot. So hearing, you know, that a husband, you know, a father, that's really, I think, the important part and the piece of life that's the legacy that you carry on. And so hearing that is really, really important. And I think that ties into, I know this is literally the worst thing that's happened to you, but you've pivoted to something that was a tragedy and turning that energy around into something positive, at least from the outsider looking in, because there are people here today that have directly benefited from the Foundation, that has been in their darkest moment, and the Foundation is able to step in. Can you talk to me just real briefly about the impetus of the Foundation and what kind of like was that drive to go out there and turn this tragedy into something positive?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I have to say that my faith has been really the only thing that has gotten me through this time. I can say I was angry at God at first. I didn't understand, you know, why he didn't save Rick. But God did not let me go, and he just continued to pursue me in ways by friends and family, people encouraging me every single day and just pointing me back to him. And so I can say without that, I would not be here today. And then as far as the Foundation goes, I have to give credit to his friends, Croc and Baldy. They just wanted to do something. Shortly after Rick died, we all felt helpless. We didn't know what to do, but they knew they wanted to do something. So they're like, let's have this golf tournament. So I think it was maybe in like 4 or 6 weeks, put together this whole tournament, and it went really well. And then after seeing that momentum, they were like, what if we made this a legitimate foundation? And I was like, that's great. I don't have a capacity to really give a lot to this right now. There's just a lot of things going on, especially shortly after your spouse passes away. And so I'm like, I'm all for it. You guys let me know what I can do, but just they knew that they would be taking on the brunt of that. And so they haven't stopped since. And just as time has gone by, I've been able to be more involved in that regard. But their vision really is what has been driving this, and they wanted to do that because of who Guns was, but also to leave something for our girls to be proud of their dad and just continue to remember him, know who he was, and support for me too, which I just am so grateful for.
Absolutely. Kelly, I really appreciate you taking the time, sit down, just share a little bit about Rick. I know that's weird to say Rick for me, you know. I Guns, but I was like, yeah, but I was like, I said it. But thank you again. You know, again, this is incredible to see what the foundation's doing, and taking a tragedy and turning it around and going out there and helping other people in their time of need. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.